potential people who want to talk to me. Got these things, man. They're called quadratini. They're #1 in Italy. They're from Loker. And they're bite-sized wafer cookies. I got the tiramisu flavor. It's really good. It's good stuff.
There were 6 cowboys in here a minute ago.
Where's my car? There's my car. Alright. Alright.
The apex predator in action.
Woo! God damn it.
Shit.
Alright. So we're gonna come up with a topic. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good topic. And it's gonna be non-invasive. Something people can get behind. You know? Or not get behind because of the how I don't know, like there's so much stuff catching your attention. That's a good topic. On the internet, there's so much stuff catching your attention that sometimes you're not able to even have an opinion. It's like that dude says what I really think, really? So it's like no, it's like products themselves, they kinda like shift what you want to think. It's like oh that seems like a good product. It seems like a good product. It's like, and we all know what's going on when that product doesn't work for us. Really? Yeah. Wow, man. There's so much that this person on this one channel. On this one channel, I mean, man, like there's so much he's saying right now that makes so much sense. And I'm gonna keep watching him because you know what? He likes that product that I like, and he likes lots of things, you know, stuff and things that matter to me because I'm a person and I am not a robot. And I am not a robot. I am not a robot.
Stop bothering me.
Shit. And I'm not a robot. I mean, oh man, how can I tell people I'm not a robot? You know, it's just I'm not one, you know? There's like so much about a thing that people want to get to know. I'm not a robot, you know? Like, I like products too, and products are things that people like. And also, when a person likes something that you like, it's like, man, dude, it's like people are looking for like a relationship on the internet sometimes. You know, it's just like, oh man, it's like I really think that
Bullshit.
that there is, oh man, there's just.
Officers report 505
I really think there's like a, and also if you want to message me, you can.
Cops.
Man, dude, just like, man, there's like so many products out there that people get behind, and they're like, hey, there's a thing that you like to do, and even if they don't like the product, they still like the person, and like, wow, it's because he's been there for so long. That's the reason why the people are getting behind him. It's the reason why is because he's got content that people want to see and want to hear. You know, it's just, oh man, you know, it's like so much stuff, you know? It's like content, people. You know, people want to see stuff. They want to see things. They want to see stuff with things, with people. People, right? Putting everyone into a generalistic group so you can comment on or satire about their existence or the things that they like.
505 west of the Up and Adam Diner.
Man, dude, just like so much content. It's like, oh man.
Suspect doing 60 miles per hour on straight.
It's just like, how do you even know, though? I mean, like, how do you even know if people that they're actually even saying something to, like when you go near their channel, if the people are actually real or they're set up to like their stuff? Like most of the time, like sound bites of different stuff is put in with other stuff to make it seem like there's a real thing going on. Maybe there was like a whole bunch of people that did like a sound bite for you, and just like you picked out one guy, and I was just like, yeah, that seems fair. No, it never seems fair when you just pick out one dude and you're just like, wow, that guy was just, he really wanted it, right? He really wanted it, man. I'm not saying that like these people are bad or anything like that, or people are like I'm just commenting on some stuff, you know, that's things that I see, stuff like that, you know.
You didn't see my car?
I'm commenting on that kind of stuff. I'm not getting angry about it, because I mean, really, at this point in the continuation of people's companies and the continuation, the back burner of what people put on, like, yeah. But
Citizens report assault with a deadly weapon near.
Realizing that there are so many different ways to go on an issue. There's so many different ways for people to spin an issue, or for people to say that an issue isn't as bad as people make it out to be. When in actuality, it's been going on for literally a century, like a full century. Like, man, dude, and not just in America. Oh my God, not just in America. Like, people who say like, oh my God, you can do whatever you want, but as soon as you get up there, you're like, hey, gotta make sure that I can keep these jobs, man, because these jobs, man. Oh, there's not freedom anymore. You're not thinking them freely. You're not thinking about anything freely. You're not thinking about anything at all. You're thinking about how do I maintain myself, or maintain what my status quo is. And yes, I did just do an awesome move there, but didn't stay on my wheels. There's just, I mean, there's just so much stuff that, like, ooh. Yes, run away from the car. Yes.
Suspect southbound.
But yeah,
survivalist camp.
But most of the time, I don't, I don't comment on that stuff, you know? There's like, and also too, I mean, I'd say that's completely, extremely convenient for me to say all these things about businesses that are like, that have already established themselves. Or I mean, kind of established themselves through a certain platform that is YouTube, and a whole bunch of different kinds of platforms that like like say for instance, like the most I think a business actually needs to create things is become consistent. But within that consistency, I guess people can control whether or not that amount is consistent, or whether that product itself is consistent, just by sometimes commenting on what a product is. Like saying that a product, this is the product that I see that I think is really cool, and I was like, it's like you put like say for instance you wanna push a product that you have been paid for, but you don't want to act like you've been sponsored, because if you do, then people will think that you're trying to like push something down their throat, and they don't want that, because people don't want to be told what to do sometimes, because they are not robots, you know? No, like they're not robots. They are not robots. You know? Gotta repeat that. You gotta repeat it, and you gotta make sure you gotta answer it, because technically speaking, there are little tiny pieces of live stuff just crawling inside your little Borowskis, your balls and or ovaries. There's like life in there too. There's the insulation for life, basically. You know, gotta start answering yourself a little bit, because answering opportunity is kind of like answering yourself. It's kind of like that, you know. Except people have to understand and realize that spoken word is derivative of literally self vilification.
Citizens reporting a reckless driver.
Though we do it in a completely dependent environment, dependent upon someone else's reaction, we don't say it in a way that sounds good to another person. We say it in a way that sounds good to us. And when we start actually saying things in a way that sounds good to another person, then we start actually going somewhere within our own sponsors, our own name. Where like you start actually seeing things like move, like, oh my God, there's like all I had to do was start talking like this one guy that I saw on TV. That's crazy, right? People have done studies about tones that are pleasing to the ear, or tones that relay a system of emotions to us. Or tones that seem pleasing to the ear, and people have done that. They've done experiments, and they've used those things. Are more of, I'd say, a weapon than literally a nuclear bomb that can control society into literally a cubbyhole, where you can tell it what to do and tell it how to do it, and literally just start pushing it and prodding it and saying that, oh, freedom is an illusion, and you don't have a choice about stuff. But also too, in the same sense, I think that a lot of things push me in a way of critiquing, I guess, on what I'd say what I'd say, like a real let's see, wait, trying to catch my train of thought again. Let's see here.
Officers report a reckless driver in East Great Chaparral.
I do try a lot to be able to bring stuff to the table whenever I'm doing stuff. Whenever I'm saying stuff, whenever I'm making stuff happen or something like that, I'm trying to make sure that I don't make myself look like a fool, and I just become that guy. Because it's happened to me countless times. And only at the behest of a lot of different people who could have really counted on me for things. But at the time, I was more wrapped up in myself, and I didn't really find out a lot of times that people actually even wanted to give me opportunities.
Roger.
And within those opportunities, I found out that a lot of times I would be the odd one left out on a big occasion But the fact is, I guess, the fact is, the way that you portray yourself to an audience. And the way, I think also the reason why I'm actually even saying things on this is because I myself don't see my own interpretation of the facts sometimes, or I don't even see my own, or I consciously kind of ignore my own, what's the word, I ignore my own intellectual feelings sometimes. My like, I really ignore them. Like, sometimes I just put them down and I'm just like, they're gonna go away anyways, right? Is that what they're gonna do? You know? I mean, I try to say a lot of stuff within a certain given amount of time whenever I'm trying to come up with a formulated thought or a formulated plot line or anything like any sort of thing inside my own head. Basically just, and here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yep, that's a rant, I guess. So when you see, when someone sees exactly how you feel, or exactly how you portray yourself on an online caricature of you, basically, people stop acting. I think the reasons why people stop asking questions is because they hated the answers. And in a way, sometimes I've realized that that's the reason why I stopped asking questions in a relationship. It's because I just didn't like the answers. I didn't want to hear the answers. I knew the answers already. I had already researched the answers. And that's the reason why I get quiet sometimes. When I get quiet, it's really, really like a sign that I'm not interested. But when I'm talking, it's like everything's cool, everything's great, and I get to express my own opinion and stuff like that. Like, but if it gets quiet, then like really quiet, not just like I'm having a good time quiet, like not like me smiling and just looking at the TV, but quiet like when a woman tries to break you and say that if everything's your fault, even though she had ample time to be able to go out on her own and do what she wanted on her own, or do things on her own, but then at the same time was given no choice in the matter by the options available to her. Like, you would want to, like, and if I seem like an asshole, then go ahead and call me an asshole, because I'm just, or if you think that this issue, I guess, that people talk about, and god damn it, my phone's ringing. Okay, hold on.